The haunting of Highgate Cemetery, the legend of London's Highgate Vampire. Nestled in the heart of London, Highgate Cemetery stands as a masterpiece of Victorian architecture and an eternal resting place for many of the city's most notable figures. But beyond its beauty lies a darker secret, a chilling legend that has gripped the imaginations of ghost hunters and skeptics alike. This is the story of the Highgate Vampire. Established in 1839, Highgate Cemetery was part of the Magnificent Seven, a series of sprawling burial grounds created to address London's overcrowded churchyards. With its Gothic tombs, angel statues and overgrown pathways, it quickly became a symbol of Victorian reverence for the dead. Yet, as time marched on, the cemetery fell into neglect. Its once pristine grounds grew wild, and its ornate graves were left to crumble, creating an atmosphere ripe for sinister tales. It was during the late 1960s that strange stories began to emerge. Locals and visitors reported feeling an overwhelming sense of unease. There were accounts of shadows darting between graves, sudden drops in temperature, and the inexplicable sensation of being watched. Then, the sightings began. Witnesses claimed to see a towering dark figure with glowing red eyes, a figure that would come to be known as the Highgate Vampire. The legend gained momentum when paranormal investigator David Farrant wrote a letter to a local newspaper in 1969. He described encountering a ghostly figure while walking past the cemetery at night. Others soon came forward with similar stories, and rumors spread like wildfire. But it wasn't just sightings that fueled the hysteria. In the months that followed, gruesome discoveries began to surface. Animals found dead, completely drained of blood. The press quickly latched onto these events, speculating that something supernatural was at work. Was this the doing of a vampire or something even darker? The Highgate Vampire legend became a media sensation in the early 1970s, with two key figures at its center, David Farrant and Sean Manchester. Both men claimed to have encountered the vampire and proposed wildly different methods of dealing with it. Farrant, a self-described occultist, sought to conduct rituals to banish the spirit. Manchester, a self-proclaimed vampire hunter, vowed to destroy the creature using more traditional means, a wooden stake through the heart. The public's fascination reached a fever pitch in 1970, when Manchester announced a vampire hunt at Highgate Cemetery. On Friday, the 13th of March, dozens of people gathered at the gates, armed with crosses, garlic, and holy water. Despite the spectacle, no evidence of the vampire was ever found, but that didn't stop the legend from growing. Today, Highgate Cemetery is a protected heritage site and one of London's most serene locations. It draws visitors from around the world who come to marvel at its architecture, visit the graves of notable figures like Karl Marx, and perhaps search for a glimpse of its darker side. Yet the question remains, was the Highgate Vampire ever real, or was it simply a product of collective fear and imagination? Those who believe in the paranormal point to the sheer number of sightings and the consistency of the descriptions. Skeptics, however, argue that the story was nothing more than a mix of urban legend and media sensationalism. But there's one chilling detail that even skeptics can't deny: the eerie atmosphere of Highgate itself. The overgrown paths, the crumbling tombs, and the silence broken only by the rustling wind. It's a setting that feels alive with the past. Whether you believe in the supernatural or not, one thing is certain: the legend of the Highgate Vampire has cemented its place in London's lore. It's a story that reminds us of our fascination with what lies beyond the veil of the known. So, the next time you walk through the cemetery's gates, ask yourself, could something still be watching from the shadows? Perhaps the Highgate Vampire was never real, or perhaps it's waiting for the right moment to reveal itself again. What do you think? Is the Highgate Vampire a legend, or could there be some truth to the story? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more tales of the unknown.